Alright guys, so we got some more updates on the Baja Bug, and it's been a little while since I posted, but I have been somewhat busy. I got this made out already. This is the front suspension, and then I ended up doing some bends, and I'm in the middle of making some pipes that connect from here to there. I still have to do it on this side, and then that's how it looks so far. So the springs, I did go with a softer spring in the front. This had a 300-pound spring per side plus a 250-pound spring. So I downgraded to a 150, and now it's a 250 with a 150. So I don't know how it's going to ride obviously yet, but just in case, I have the other one saved. So if I have to harden it up or something, I can. But so far, this is what it looks like. Body off. We're finally getting to see the shape, how it is. This thing looks crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, we just popped the shell off pretty much, and now we're able to get inside and weld all the little small tedious things, you know. That looks like a big go-kart. Oh, yeah? Alright, we gotta pop this off. This was the floor pretty much. I don't know if we're just gonna clean this up or if I'm gonna maybe use it as a template to redo a new one. I'm kind of lazy, so I don't even feel like really redoing it, but who knows. Getting it over here. I had to turn off the music so YouTube doesn't monetize me or whatever it is. But this is how it looks so far. We're just kind of going over everything now that the shell's off. And then what we're going to do is probably brace this out here like that. Keep it from flexing. But that's what it looks like with no floor pan. What do you guys think so far? Because this, to me, is looking pretty wild. It's looking crazy as hell, to be honest. I'm pretty much doing this with very minimal monies. The only thing that I've been buying are the piping, which I think I have so far maybe, I want to say about $400 of metal invested so far. And my friend Payne was lucky enough to, well, I was lucky enough for him to let me borrow his pipe bender. But this is how it looks so far. I'm gonna end up redoing this. I didn't like how this came out, so I'm gonna, boom, chop this off here and redo it. But I was trying to do this with the shell on, and I don't like the top, so I'm gonna redo that. That's how it's looking. This looks like a big ass go-kart. So we do have 2.0 shocks, like I stated before, and then a lesser, spring, a little bit softer spring. These are 3.0s. I actually got these in a trade. One of my customers has an Integra, and he was like, if you could get this thing started, I'll give you these shocks. They came off of a Can-Am, and I went down to his house. I got his car running, and he gave me these things pretty much for free. So big come up on my end. I got the dampening on here, so I don't know if it's gonna squat or pop a wheelie or anything, but the skeleton of it is looking wild. Once we get, I think, most of the foundation part done, then we could kind of start focusing on maybe the motor and transmission casing. Alright guys, so I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's about almost 3 in the morning, and we have been on that thing for actually most of the day. Actually, we're on it. We started really messing with it, like heavy with it yesterday, and then we were on it pretty much all day today. So just to go over a couple things so far, I think the hardest part right now is probably trying to figure out the tubing, and then getting it all, you know, matched up, and trying to figure out the way everything's gonna go, the angle and all the stuff, cutting all the metal. That's probably what's taking the longest time right now. But I feel like we're doing pretty good timing. I mean, keep in mind, I've only had this thing for about 2 months, and we're going pretty fast. But as far as the platform, what people are like asking, what am I gonna put in it? So it's still gonna be a turbo B series like the Sandro was. It's just not gonna be VTEC this time. So it is gonna be a sleeved motor. It's gonna be a sleeved bottom end. It's gonna be a B20. I'm probably gonna be using like an 11 5-to-1 compression piston, and then I'm gonna probably be going with like a little small turbo. My ideal horsepower I want to make on this thing, because I mean, before it was making like 480, and it was like a built LS VTEC. I kind of went overboard with the motor a little bit, because realistically I ended up doing like an LS VTEC with cams, and it was all top end. Like I had a little bit low end, but it was like my power band is like when VTEC hit, I felt my power band. So I definitely want to go opposite this time around, now that I know how it feels with the bigger tires and all that. So I want to make a lot of the low end power, and a lot of like LSs and B20 turbos, they're known for the low end torque. So that's the plan. As far as the platform on the transmission, is going to be the same. It's going to be the same WRX transmission that I had in it. I do have to take apart the transmission, and I'm going to have to reverse the orientation. So I'm essentially, what I'm going to be doing is reversing the orientation, because before I had it set up as a mid-engine, and now I'm going to have the transmission in the front and the engine in the rear. So obviously by doing that, I have to change the diff orientation. Luckily, I still have the final drive from the WRX transmission. I still have the ring and pinion, and I still have the stuff to do it. So I just have to, when I'm ready to cross that bridge, I'm gonna have to split the transmission apart, flip the differential again, and then that should change the rotation of the gears. So after that, I'm dead set on trying to make this a 4-seater. I want to make it a 4-seater only because my friends don't have things like this. So I want to try to make it to where when we go out, we could fit 4 people in there and we'll be able to have fun. So that being said, I'm gonna get some sleep, and I'll see you guys on the next one.